Hey guys and girls, welcome to my channel and welcome to Lumber Tycoon 2 Remastered. What I'm going to do to this video is I'm going to be covering all of the, I'm going to use quote unquote regular trees. I'm going to cover all the regular trees. By regular trees, I mean everything that you can get with basically any axe. You don't need a specialized axe to cut it down. So if you're familiar with the game, the mineral trees are not going to be in this, and the rainbow tree is not going to be in this. Those are going to be a different video. But every other tree that's in this game, I am going to cover in this video. That's a lot of trees, so I'm going to try and do this as quickly as I can, and hopefully we won't have this video being extremely long. So, without further ado, let's flip over to Microsoft Paint. And you'll see here I have an overhead map, and I want to give a special thank you to Lua Module for supplying me a map of his game so I could use it in my videos. But with that being said, first we're going to take a look over at this left edge, and I'm going to mark this off in orange. This is the first area I'm going to talk about. This area here has the white trees and the cyan trees, and if we go back and flip back over to Roadblocks, I can show you those trees real quick as they're growing. This is what they look like growing, and this is what they look like when they're put in a blueprint. The one to the left is obviously the cyan, and the one to the right is obviously the white tree, and we're going to move on to the next tree in a moment. Okay guys, this is going to be our next area, and this area I'm going to call the base area. I know it extends quite a ways in both directions away from where the bases are, but the trees actually grow in a pretty large area, so we're going to outline it this time. So we're going to start up right here. The area basically goes like this. Down here, and goes over to these guys, and then comes back over here like this, and nothing grows on that ramp that I'm aware of. That's our area that I'm going to call a base area, and we got two sets of trees that grow in this area. One is a small base tree, I'm going to call it, and the other is the large base tree, and I'll show you what they look like really quick. So we flip over to here, you'll see like right in front of me here, this is the small base tree, and this is the larger base tree. And that's what they look like. This is the area right around the bases. As you can tell, my base is right here. This is what they look like put in the blueprint. I'm going to do from this side. The one to the left that's slightly darker is the small base tree. The one to the right is the larger base tree. Okay, so the next area that I'm going to do here is I'm going to call it the northern town area. It basically starts right in this corner here, goes across over like this, somewhere around here, and we're going to do this around this building, get this whole northern area up here, come back down, and then we'll connect it here. I'm going to call that area the northern town area, and there's one type of tree that grows up in there which kind of looks similar to the large base area trees, and I'm just going to change over to a purple here. I'm going to mark this area so I can cover both of these trees at the same time. There's a bunch of trees that grow up over here on top of this mountain as well. Okay guys, this is the northern town area. As you can see behind me by the stores over here, there's a couple of large trees. They're over this way, And there's a few more over here, and they grow over here and over in this area. That's why I marked this area off as well. And they also grow on the other side of the mountain by the other stores. And the other trees are the trees that are growing up here at the top of the mountain. So that's the two trees in the town area. Okay, guys, and this is what the two trees look like put into a blueprint. The lighter tree to the right is the trees that are in the town itself, not up on the hill. And the other one to the left here, the dark chocolate ones, are the ones that are on the hill, which you can see from here where my mouse is pointing. And that's my son Vinny hanging out. He's actually eating ice cream at the moment, but he's hanging out.
Hey.
And if you're wondering, this tree versus this tree, the ones I was calling a large town tree, the northern town tree, which is this one, is actually a little bit lighter than these trees down here. So that's why you know the difference. It's just they look a lot alike, but they're just a little lighter. All right, now that we just covered the northern town area, we're gonna scroll down to the south side here. Let me just drag this down a little bit. And we're going to touch base on this area down here. For now, I'm going to go back to the orange. And we're going to talk about this area right in here. This area in here is where you can get yellow and orange trees. And just to change colors, we're going to do purple real quick. This right here is another store. It's not part of the build, not part of town, obviously, but it's another store. And when I get over into the area, I'll talk about that store really quick. But I'm going to primarily concentrate on the trees. Just to touch base on this store really quick, you can see a bunch of items to sell in here, and I will have future videos covering them. But for the most part, we're going to be talking about the trees. So let me go show you a couple of trees. Okay, and these are the yellow and orange trees. Obviously, this one's yellow, so that's why I call it the yellow tree. And this one's the orange tree. That's why I call it the orange tree. Okay, so this is what the orange and the yellow look like filling in the blueprint. Alright, now we're going to take a look at the glow trees. The glow trees per se are not on the map as you see it. They're in a cave. And that cave is located right here. This black spot right here. That's where the cave is. Alright. Now that cave, what it does, and I'll draw this in yellow, is you drive an underground ramp all the way through here, all the way through here, and into this area here. So this area here, you can see the dark brown, that's actually underneath this snow biome that's up here. But like I said, you go down a ramp, and then you get into this biome where there's glow trees in there. And I'm going to show you to ride down the ramp, and I'm going to show you the area, only because it's kind of interesting to see. If driving to an area is normally kind of boring, so I've been cutting it out. But this one's kind of interesting, so I'll put that in there real quick. Alright, so as we come over to this corner over here, we kind of swing around this tree and around the corner here, and here's your way down. I don't recommend just letting it rip and going, because you'll pick up a lot of speed and you got a chance of flipping your truck over. So keep trying to hit reverse, keep yourself going slow, and just take your time getting down here. No sense in rushing, the trees aren't going anywhere. And if you're going really fast and you start bouncing around, that's when you can get in trouble flipping your truck over. Like what I almost did there. Yeah. Alright, okay, so this is the biome. This is that dark brown area that I showed you on the map. And these are the various trees in here. Alright, this is what it looks like with them in a blueprint. From left to right, blue, red, pink, green, and again, cyan. Hey, Lua module, if you're listening, a couple more colors might be nice. Maybe something like a purple, a yellow, an orange. Just a thought. If you feel like doing it, it's just an idea. It might be pretty cool to add in there. But this is the current 5 colors that we have in the Glowwood Cave, I'm going to call it. Okay, and since we're staying down south, we're going to touch base on the island trees, which is right here on this island. What you need to do is drive from the base area, come down through here, park your truck right here, and then from there, you need to swim over to here, hop up on the island, cut down some branches, bring them back, put them in your truck, and you are not getting an entire tree. These trees are actually pretty large, and even some of the branches, just because you can carry them in the water does not mean you can carry them when you get out of the water. They're a little bit more buoyant, so just be careful with that. And I will show you what those trees look like in a moment. Alright, so this is what the island trees look like. As you can see, they're pretty big, wide base down here. A lot of branches. They really twist together and intertwine with each other pretty well. But once you cut one down, if you head right over to this corner here, where you want to go to get back is right there. During the day, you can actually see like a patch of dirt on the wall right there. So, but I'll cut a piece down and I'll show you what it looks like in a blueprint in a minute. Like, normally I would just show you what this thing looks like in the blueprint, but due to the fact that this one looks a little unique when you first chop it down, I wanted to show you it before I push it through the blueprint. You can see that the bark is very, very thick, and the rest of the tree, and then you got the inside of the tree. So if you see something like this laying around, and it looks like that, well, now you know why. So on that note, give me a second to push a piece through the sawmill. Alright, we seem to get some morning sun coming up now. So this is what it looks like in the blueprint. It's obviously not white, but it is definitely a very pale colored wood compared to, let's say, this. This has definitely got a lot more yellow in it. So that's what the island tree looks like when placed in a blueprint. Okay guys, since we're working our way south, we're going to go down to the southernmost area on the map, which is south of the lake, south of the island trees, and that's this area right here, all the way at the bottom. And just so you know, there ain't nothing there. And let me flip over to Roadblocks and I'll show you what I mean. That's the area. There ain't nothing here. Empty. Nothing. Zip. Zip. Zinc. Nothing. Gone. Not a single tree. Nothing. No cave. Nothing. Alright, and before we move over to the right half of the map, there's one more place I want to touch base with, and that is the volcano area. And let's see, what's a good color for that? I think yellow. This area right in here inside the volcano. What you just need to do is drive your car up to this point right here, walk across the bridge, cut down some volcano trees or lava trees, whatever you want to call them, and bring them out to your truck. Now the bad part is it's a volcano. It's hot. You take damage. You only get a chance to get in there, take maybe 3 or 4 or 5 swings, maybe 6 swings with your axe, and then you got to turn around and leave. Otherwise, it will be a very upsetting situation for you. I will show you what it's like to go through there real quick. Just give me a minute to get over there. In the meantime, hang tight. Alright, so this is the cave entrance. This is where you're going to go in. You can go right up to this sign here, which is a warning sign, basically saying, be careful. Let me pull out my axe. I'm going to try and grab a piece and bring it back in one shot. It may take two. But this is what you got to do. You got to run across this bridge. And obviously, once you get to the other side, chop down a piece if you can. Look for a piece before you make it all the way over so you know exactly where you're going. Like I'm going to go right over here for this piece right here. And notice in the upper right hand corner my health is now yellow, gradually turning to orange. And we'll grab this piece and then we just run it out. And try and do it fast enough so you don't die. And there we go. I'm red, but I'm out. I'm safe. My health will start coming back now. Alright, I'll show you what this looks like in a blueprint, and then we'll start moving on to the rest of the map. Okay, so that's what it looks like in a blueprint. If you guys are familiar with Lumber Tycoon 2, it's basically the same color as the lava wood. And let's move on to the rest of the map at this point. Alright guys, I just took a look at this video based on what I've done so far. And we are up to about 17 minutes. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this into two videos. If you're waiting for the other half, sorry, you're going to have to wait a couple of days for me to get all the content together and edited and stuff like that. So I apologize for that, but I will try and get it done as quickly as I can. And then this will be a part 1, and then the other one will be a part 2. And so on that note, let's switch over to the paint, and I'll show you what's been done and what needs to still be done. So what we've done, and I'm just going to draw a line through the map. We basically did this. Everything in this direction is done. Alright? I'm not good at drawing arrows, but you get the idea. Now, the other thing is this area here. Geez, I think I'll use a different color. That doesn't look very nice. Let's go with this deep red, maroon. This area here has no trees in it. Just like this area down here didn't either. But basically I covered everything to the left of that orange line. And that'll be part 1. And part 2 is going to be everything over here, which I'm going to circle off in the purple. That's not purple. Undo purple. So everything else I'm going to do is going to be this. And then down here. And all through here. And back up to here. Yeah, I know it's sloppy. But that part, the purple part, is going to be part number 2. And this whole area here is part number 1. And if you like all that scribbling and you made heads and tails out of it, congratulations, because it almost confuses me. So anyway, guys, I really do appreciate you watching the video. With this ending, it's probably going to be closer to 18 or 19 minutes, and I really don't want to go too much longer than that, because otherwise people just, for me, they just lose interest. So I'll do a part 2. Hopefully I'll have it ready for you by the end of this week. In the meantime, enjoy the first half, and I'll talk to everybody soon. Just do me a favor, like, subscribe, comment, set your alerts, and yeah, that's it, guys. I'll talk to you soon, okay? Bye.